Hello, everyone. This is Zayami Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the assistant director of the Austin After Dark Film Festival. Right now, we are gearing up for our summer 2023 screening, which is going to be on August 6th at the Austin Film Society Cinema. It's going to be crazy. And today we are talking to some participating filmmakers. Sam and Spencer are the creative team behind the film Food Poisoning. So thank you both so much for meeting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So really quickly, can you guys tell me what your roles were in the film Food Poisoning?
Certainly. So I'm the writer and director, and then
I'm the lead actor in the short.
Okay, right on, right on. And so Sam, we have talked previously. Food Poisoning was a huge success in Portland Comedy Film Festival. It's obviously making its rounds right now on the film festival circuit. You guys are about to screen this time in a dark themed film festival, which is funny. It started as comedy. It's still comedy, but there are dark themes. So really quickly, I kind of want to hear from both of you. What does it mean? What is that dark theme? What does that mean for you personally and the kind of cinema you like to create? What is special about the dark theme?
So I personally find comfort in it, especially since most of the dark things I write are dark comedy.
Right.
It's my coping mechanism. When anything actually dark happens, I'm like, there's got to be a joke here. So that's big for me. So I think I just kind of lean that way.
Yeah. Sam and I have known each other for a really long time. We basically grew up doing theater together here in St. Louis for a long time. And it's kind of been our shorthand has been like a dark comedic style just when we're talking and hanging out. So naturally when Sam writes, I feel like that's kind of what he leans into.
There are times where I'll say something and Spencer will have to be like, it's not just us and you haven't prepared this on a pen.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And I'm always surprised at what filmmakers can bring, just some seriously kind of heinous situations that do deserve a laugh. And I want to ask, what was the inspiration behind this one? Because it's so funny, but the concept is so dark.
It is quite dark. I talk about the inspiration. I don't have anything from my own life, thank God.
Okay.
I've never killed anyone. I've never eaten anyone.
Same.
All right.
Surprising.
For both.
Make sure. But honestly, so I had kind of stopped writing and directing for a bit, and kind of my dad passed. And I kind of followed his footsteps into construction because I was like, I need stability. Okay. And then I kind of realized that like that's not what he wanted, and that's not what I want. So I went to a coffee shop and was like, you need to write a script you can shoot in one weekend right now. What's funny? And once like that idea came, and that I don't know. I do not know where this idea came from, but just started typing till a script came.
Wow. Okay. I love that.
You just with his voice.
So. Nice. You put your mind to it. You decided to push back into film, something that you love, or acting and writing, and you just sat down and you did it.
Yeah, and it's kind of the stepping stone to kind of bring like what we're doing with Riverette Productions up to a new level, because like leaving it and coming back, I think has made us come back a lot stronger.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of, like you said, the festival circuit's going really well for us, and then we have another big project in the works now that we're kind of going all out on. So
excellent. Well, before we get into that, which I do want to talk about, Spencer, were you on hiatus as well? Was this kind of a return to acting for you?
No, I've been acting since I was 6 years old. I started acting professionally when I was 9, and it's kind of been my whole life has been trying to act, mostly on stage.
Okay.
And so I was doing a play in Chicago when Sam he sent me a text and was like, "Call me later. I have an idea for a short." And I gave him a call, and he was like, "I have an idea for this short where you and your best friend are stranded on an island and you end up killing him and you have to eat him." And I was like,
and it's hilarious.
Yeah. And he said, but it's a comedy. And I was like, yeah, I'm in for sure. He said, we're going to shoot it on the Mississippi River. And our company is called River Rat. And we both grew up in St. Louis. So it was like, yeah, that's perfect. Let's do it.
And he really was a trooper on that river too. I mean, does his own stunts for sure.
Right. Yeah, I remember hearing about some stuff about those outdoor shoots just being cold and a little bit grueling. And yeah, what was that like for you, Spencer, working in the elements?
Yeah, well, for Sam's credit, he wanted to shoot in the summer, and I was in a play in Chicago, and so I just couldn't until November. And there's a big difference in the temperature of the Mississippi in August than there is in November, and so I found out the hard way. But yeah, I mean, as an actor, when the camera starts rolling, you kind of get into a zone, and
Okay.
I didn't really think about how cold it was until they said cut, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is one of the most miserable experiences of my life."
Wow.
And I was just like, "Let's give us notes and let's shoot. Like let's go fast."
He was very like,
Yeah.
tell me the note. Tell me the note now.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I mean, it's also
good.
the movie opens with a big fight scene, and that's what we shot in order. So it was like this very intense fight scene. Like we're in the water and splashing around, and
This is what I loved about you on that shoot, though, is because it was in November, not summer. I went up to the actors like, I can rewrite this scene to be like a land murder. He doesn't have to. You don't have to drown him. And Spencer goes, "Will it look better if I drown him?" And Brock goes, "Yeah, will it look better if he drowns me?" And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we're hitting in the water.
Yeah.
Like, so
I love that dedication. It does look great. It's violent and it's right how it opens. So it's cool that way. And I think we learned something good here is that if you want just perfect cooperation from your actor, just make them freezing cold. They're gonna want to get the shoot done instantly.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, yeah, honestly,
Get me warm.
He's taking a little long. Calling the Mississippi.
yeah, bucket of water here. But Spencer, your performance is excellent. Sam,
Thanks.
the direction, the writing, it's all very nice. It's such a good, tight, smooth, short. I think we mentioned maybe was there some stuff in the editing room that was a decisive for you when you were kind of finishing up?
I might
be remembering wrong,
but our biggest challenge in the editing room.
Okay.
But we still got it by with very minimal like ADR.
Yeah.
Or anything like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, we actually lost almost an entire day of shooting, and we only had 2.5 days, just from weather. And we had a whole like chunk of dialogue that we wanted to shoot, and we simply couldn't because the wind was insane. And so just we had to end up shooting everything in one day, and that was, I mean, so proud of Sam and like our entire team. We had a very small crew, and everyone was just like pedal to the metal on that last day of shooting because we had to finish the film. And we literally got our last shot as the sun was setting. And you see it in the film. It's really,
and it works for the
Really
plot. It wasn't
shot.
quite planned, but it works.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful shot that kind of like was a perfect wrap on that whole experience.
I'd say my best discovery in the editing room was Jordan Bulwark, our very good friend who scores. Well, it was his first time scoring a film because he's a musician, but he does like rock, you know.
Okay.
And it was just such a beautiful Band-Aid on like anything that like I was like, it's just not reading. And I'm like, music. And like you could tell him something super vague and he'd be like, oh, so it should sound like this. And be like, oh, that's exactly what was in my head.
Wow.
Like, yeah, so
That's good advice too. The perfect Band-Aid is just like a little soundtrack. Smooth rough edges. So you said that you guys had worked together before, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, many times. Yeah.
And Spencer, were you part of River before this film?
Yeah. So Sam and I co-founded River back in 2021, I guess, or late 2020, because of our friend Jordan, who we just mentioned, who scores the short. He had an album that he was coming out with, and he wanted to make a music video. And Sam and I sat down and came up with a really, of course, funny idea for a music video. And we produced it, shot the whole thing here in St. Louis, and got a really great team of people that we still work with to this day. And yeah, that's kind of how it all started. So we're 2 years in, and we've got a lot of exciting new projects coming up.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. What do we have in the works right now?
So very next immediate future, we got another music video in New York, Brooklyn, a band called Astro Van, Lucy Warner and Hunter Brown they're a new band, very very talented. So we're really excited about that. We're working with some people we haven't worked with before in New York as well, meeting some new filmmakers, and we came up with a concept for the video, and I'll be up there to direct it. And then kind of larger scale, we have that play. I think Jordan and I talked to you about it. The next move was turning it into a feature. Well, I did write that feature.
Okay, yeah.
But now I'm gonna rewrite it again as a fresh play.
Okay.
And we're gonna take it to Off-Broadway in May, and then hopefully get some nice eyes on it in New York to finally make that feature. But we figure the best step is
this play. The play is called Con College, and Sam has been working on this play for years. He started writing it back in college in like 2016 or 2017. And I've always been the first one to read it, any new drafts, any new like speeches or dialogue, whatever. And it was the first thing that anyone's ever written for me. And so I have such like a visceral attachment to this play. We produced it at the St. Louis Fringe Festival in 2021. And it was completely self-produced, and we had a sold-out run. Sam won the award for Fringe First for writing the play. And yeah, we thought, we wanted to see where it went, and Sam wanted to make it into a film, which I still think we can and should do. But the heart of it, I don't know. There's something about performing for a live audience. I just love the theater. So I'm really glad that we're going to go off Broadway, and it's nice to see us branching outside of St. Louis, going to New York.
Totally.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
That is crazy. That's so exciting. And that's imminent. It's impending.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I kind of want to ask a little bit about that if I can. One, I just want to ask Sam, what is it like writing for a specific actor? Does that unlock things? Is it challenging?
It's so nice.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because I write you very different roles. It's not like I just write you all the time, but you create a character and you know what that character stands for, and you know like their quirks and everything, but then you have a voice. And I know Spencer pretty intimately. Like we've known each other for a long time and worked together for a long time. So it's fun to give him challenges. It's fun to give him home runs, where like I can write a scene and be like, this is a home run for Spencer. Or then I can be like, you know what? I haven't challenged him in a while. Like the last few things I wrote for him were kind of like too wheelhouse. And I'll like show him like something weird. I'm like, I wrote you this, and he'll read it and be like, and I'm just like nodding my head.
I love that you can engage in this sort of meta game of being creative partners. You can throw these things, and you're on stage and you're like, man, this curveball, let's do it. Spencer, for you, what is it like playing a role that's meant for you? Is it something where you can release your physicality, or is there still even challenges with that kind of stuff?
Oh man, it's a joy. I feel like that's what we want as actors, is for someone to write for our voice. And Sam does an excellent job of doing that. And this role in, are you talking about in the short or in the play?
Well, I guess in anything that you guys do together. I was maybe referring to the play at this time, but any collaboration.
Oh man, yeah, the play Con College. The lead character's name is Davey, and he has everything going for him. He's a great student. He goes to one of the best schools in the country, and he's studying to be a lawyer. And his brother escapes from prison and has to hide out with him. And
kind of messed up.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a really it's an intense play. It flips from comedy to drama very quickly, and Sam has structured it really well, where there's a lot of laughs in the beginning, and then the second act comes and it hits you hard. And I never get through a reading of the play, or when we did the play on its feet at the St. Louis Fringe Festival, I was a wreck after every performance. It's just it's a lot, especially when he was playing my brother, and we have such a brotherly bond. Brotherly bonds, and so I felt like there wasn't really acting required, which again is just a testament to the writing. But
sounds like an incredible experience.
That's awesome. We're if you find yourself in New York this spring, come check us out.
I definitely want to, because I need more theater in my life, for real. But I kind of want to ask once more, stepping back to food poisoning, how has the festival run been going for you guys?
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty good. It's really nice. We've been having success, and I think we were good at this before the festival run, but something about coming back to this one and like really getting the team like back together full force. We just kind of felt like a well-oiled machine, and it is really nice to like be getting recognition, being able to show it in many places, getting to see all these other amazing films when you go to see yours, and then it's like, oh, I'm getting shown with that. Like, oh man, Portland, that Canned.
Oh,
you remember Canned?
Yes.
Oh my Lord. I was like, I'm being shown with this. This is like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was a great lineup that
this
day.
Documentary about canned laughter artists.
Oh, hilarious. I think you were telling me about that.
Yeah, it had like Toast of London vibes for sure. But yeah, like just being shown with films like that. So like, one, you're proud to be shown, but then two, you're proud to be amongst these other great filmmakers and get to meet
inspiring.
Talk. Yeah, I loved it, and still loving it. We got
St. Louis.
I'll be in Austin.
Yeah, St. Louis Film Showcase this Saturday here in town. It's our hometown debut, so no one.
Nice.
Some of our friends and family have seen like it
pieces,
but not on a big screen. So
they weren't traveling the country to see.
Okay,
us.
right, yeah.
Cross the block and see us.
That's so exciting.
I'm
taking. Have some of the audience be like,
I've
drowned someone in the Mississippi River before. This is so crazy. But that's so cool. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to add about food poisoning?
It's dark. You're allowed to laugh. It is.
I like it. Permission to laugh, even though it's just super dark.
Yeah,
totally.
Permission to laugh. Even
Excellent.
if it's us.
Yeah. We'll take them any way we can get.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you both so much. Sam, very nice to talk to you again. Spencer, nice to meet you finally. And
nice to meet you.
I'm looking forward to everything you guys have to do. I would love to see some theater, but I'll definitely be there for the feature debut at the very least.
Let's go.
It's coming.
Awesome. All right, well, take care, guys, and good luck this weekend at each respective festival.
Thank you. See ya in August.
Absolutely. Take care.